Welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn the remaining topologies, that is star topology, mesh topology and tree topology. So first of all we will see the star topology. In the star topology the physical and logical behavior is, so every system will have a connection with the controller, that is a hub. Okay, so each and every device will be connected to a controller. That is the physical behavior of the star topology. That means how the systems are connected with each other. And the logical topology, logical behavior of the star topology is, if any system wants to transmit the data to another system, then it should forward the data to the controller. From there, data is forwarded to the destination. Suppose a system wants to transmit the data. Let us say the system A wants to transmit data to the system C. Then it must transmit the data to the central hub, the central controller. Then the controller will again transmit the data to the particular device, the destination device. So everything must be transmitted to the hub. Okay, so here the hub will act as the heart of the star topology. So it will act as a controller here. Okay, so advantages are, it is less expensive compared to the remaining topologies and it is easy to configure. Next, some of the drawbacks of the star topology is, if the controller fails, then the entire topology will get crashed out, because every device is communicating to another device via a controller. So if that controller fails, then there is no way of communicating with remaining devices. So that is the main drawback here. If the controller fails, the entire topology gets crashed out. The star topology supports a master-slave relationship. So it won't support peer-to-peer. It supports the master-slave relationship, and here the hub will act as a master and the remaining devices will act as the slaves. So to connect the n number of nodes here, we require n-1 number of cables, right? So here we are having four nodes here, right? So for this we will need at least n-1 number of cables. So next one is the tree topology. So in the tree topology, the physical behavior, that is how the nodes are connected to each other, is given here. Okay, so there will be a active hub which will act as a central controller with the remaining hubs, that is the passive hubs, connected to the active hub. Okay, so all the devices are connected to the hubs in a tree manner. So active hub means it will communicate, it will establish a communication between the non-neighboring nodes, whereas the passive hub means it will establish the communication between the neighboring nodes. Okay, the logical behavior of the tree topology. So in tree topology we are involving two types of hubs, that is active hub and passive hub. Okay, so next one is the advantages. So compared to the star topology, tree topology is reliable. Okay, so in star topology we are depending only on a one hub, single controller, whereas here we are having a multiple number of hubs, right? So passive hub and active hubs. So compared to star topology, difficult to configure because, and it is more expensive because we are using more number of controllers here, and it is a little bit complex compared to the star topology. Here it supports a master-slave relationship because we are having the hubs here. So if a device B wants to communicate with the device E, then it has to transmit the data to the passive hub, and then the hub will communicate with the E. Similarly here, if the device B wants to communicate with the device H, then it will transmit the data to the passive hub, and then passive hub will communicate with the active hub. So it will send the data to the active hub. Then the active hub will transmit the data to the passive hub of H and then to the H. Okay, so in this manner the communication will take place between the devices in tree topologies. So it is supporting master-slave relationship. And next one is the mesh topology. So in mesh topology, every system should have a connection with the remaining systems. Okay, so in the case of star and tree topologies, if the hub fails, then the system cannot transmit. So the connection is not reliable. But in the case of mesh topology, so we are not using any hubs, so it is a peer-to-peer relationship. Okay, so every device will be having communication with every another, the remaining systems. So compared to the remaining topologies, the mesh topology is more reliable. And the drawbacks of the mesh topology is it is more expensive, because we are using more number of cables. So if you in the given network, so a device must be connected with the every device in the network. So that's why it is expensive and it is difficult to configure, right? So because there is more amount of cabling, so it is difficult to configure. To add or delete a device to the mesh topology is also difficult, and it supports a peer-to-peer relationship, right? So it is establishing peer-to-peer relationship, point-to-point relationship. So in mesh topology, to establish connections for n number of systems, we require n into n minus 1 number of 2 cables. Okay. So here we are having 5 systems, right? So to establish the communication between these 5 systems, so 5 into 5 minus 1 by 2, that is 5 into 4 by 2. Okay, 20 by 2 is 10. So we require 10 number of cables. If you calculate this, you will get 10 number of cables. So this is about the different types of topologies. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.